salir, no puede salir ni caminar, por eso estoy caminando, nada más unos 5 minutos caminando y ahí agarramos, no puede salir, cerrado y no puede visitar una familia, si tiene carro tiene que ir, si no, no puede salir.
No, pues temor, pues, porque pues como usted sabe, pues tenemos cosas que suplir a nuestras familias acá, nos metemos muchas veces a deudas que pues acá tal vez no las podemos poder pagar. Muchos de acá de nuestros amigos que vienen nos comentaban de que ellos pues quedaron con muchas deudas acá y ahora no las van a poder pagar. Muchos piensan en regresar, en mi caso yo pues no pienso volver, pues porque prefiero estar en mi país, la verdad, prefiero ser libre acá que ser esclavo allá.
Imagínate la situación ahorita del gobierno, pues va a poner enredadas en donde quiera, te pueden agarrar ya. Si te caes en eso, pues ya uno no tiene papeles, ya te mandan para acá.
¿Por eso no piensas volver a intentar regresar?
Sí, ya no pueden regresar allá.
2 U.S. deportation flights have just landed in Guatemala as part of President Trump's ongoing immigration crackdown. CNN's senior national correspondent David Culver joins us now from Guatemala City. So, David, what do we know about these flights?
You can see these folks in yellow vests who are registering these folks back into Guatemala. So for many of them, it's been years since they've lived here, and now they're trying to figure out the reintegration process. So we're just going to be careful with faces here, too. But let me just show you over here. This is where they're walking up and getting any sort of necessities, some snacks, toiletries. They have everything from Crocs to T-shirts, shoelaces, because if you notice, many of them here, I'll show you this, right down here, he doesn't have shoelaces on because that's part of the standard procedure for security to remove anything that could be used as a weapon or self-harm. And they've either got toothpaste and some other snacks. I see them putting their fingerprints down. And then a lot of them come over this way and they start charging their phones. I'll just move these sticks over here so you can come around here, Jerry. And that's when they're able to then try to finally reconnect with relatives and loved ones who might come to this space to pick them up. Now, as they're being registered in by, you can see this is some of the organizations that are helping in trying to get them sorted and essentially processed back into Guatemala. They'll then come over to this portion, and they've got some of their belongings here. I mean, I can see a guitar case. You can see these are almost like potato sacks, that have some of their belongings and stapled together, and then inside I've seen everything from Wawa wrappers to CVS receipts, so things that were just in their pockets that they emptied before boarding. They leave the U.S. as criminals because they illegally entered, and so that's now why they're being deported back here to Guatemala. And the vice president made a point to say that obviously this is a complicated situation. She tried to redirect it mostly to the migrants and what their situation is, but I asked about relations between the U.S. and Guatemala, especially for what we saw in the past 24 hours with Colombia. And she said, look, that's Colombia's situation. The U.S. and Guatemala have their own relationship, so she was trying to be very careful in how she navigated that. I also asked, as we kind of walk around here, I want to give you another sense of some of this. I also asked about what differed essentially between what happened the past 4 years under President Biden and what's changed since under President Trump. As far as the numbers and the capacity of folks who have been deported, that has not changed according to the vice president. That's still the same for what we saw under President Biden. In fact, in some cases, it's even gone down a little bit. What has changed, though, Pamela, is the use of military flights, and that began last Thursday here to Guatemala, and it's continuing with another military aircraft that will bring another round of deportees here to this airport in about 2 or 3 hours.